Hi everybody, my name is Randy Nyans with Lockrz, and we're here today to go through the assembly of one of our brand new stick racks. So why don't we get started? I just wanted to walk through the tools that you'll need to assemble the stick rack. So you'll need a hammer, and you'll notice that I've wrapped the hammer with a little bit of tape. The reason I did that was to make sure that I don't mar the surface of the wood when I'm going through the installation process. The other thing you're going to need is a rubber mallet. We use the rubber mallet actually to tap in the fasteners. And then you'll also need the install tool for the fasteners. This is the tool we use to insert the fastener and install it into the wood. Okay, now what we've done is we've laid out all of the pieces that we received in our box, and we're going to begin to assemble the fasteners into the wood. This is an example of fastener that comes along with your stick rack. This is the tool that's going to be used to install the fastener. So I do have a couple of fasteners that I've already installed here, but we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you exactly how to install the fastener on this particular piece of wood. So the first thing you want to do is take your fastener. You can see that this is the open position, this is the closed position. So what we want to do is put this into the closed position, and we're going to take the fastener and we're going to insert it into the install tool. So we simply place it in like this, and then we press down. And when we press down, you're going to hear it click or lock into place. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got it inserted, and we're going to press down, and it clicks into place. So now it's ready to be installed. So we're going to take our rubber mallet, and we're going to set this part right on top of the hole. We've got our hole here to receive the fastener. We're going to set it right up on top. You can see that we've got the screw portion of the fastener sticking out this way. So set it down, make sure it's kind of, you know, in the pocket, if you will. Then we're going to tap it a couple of times, just a couple of times to get it sort of moving its way into the pocket, and then a couple of firm taps will get the fastener into the hole. So the other thing I wanted to show you is that if you look at the side of the fastener right here, you'll see that there's a gap between the wood and the fastener. It's really important that that fastener is all the way down and flush with the surface of the wood. So we can set the install tool aside for a second and just go ahead and use the rubber mallet. A couple of firm taps on the back of that, and you can see that we've now got the fastener firmly or, you know, well seated against the wood. So this one is ready to go. So let's go ahead and install one more so you can see what that looks like. I'll turn this around. We'll grab another fastener. Again, your install tool, you close the fastener, make sure it's closed, place it into the install tool, and then click it into place, okay? Go ahead and take it, put it over the pocket, kind of move it in so it's just right. We're going to, couple of taps, and you can see this one, just in a couple of taps, it's almost all the way down. So we just need a couple more hits, and we've got this thing well seated into the hole. So we're ready to go on to the next phase of the assembly process. All right, now that we have all the fasteners installed, I wanted to lay out the pieces so that you can get a sense of what is involved in this particular stick rack. I also wanted to let you know that we offer 4 different size stick racks. What you're seeing here right now is the smallest version of the stick rack we have. We call it the small version. We also have a medium version, we have a large version, and then we have a pro version. The small product is about 24 inches wide. The medium is approximately 36 inches wide. Large is 48 inches wide. And then the pro style rack is 60 inches wide. So it can accommodate quite a few sticks. So again, as you see, we've got all the parts laid out and we're ready to go into the assembly process. The first thing that we're going to want to do is make sure that we have all of these tabs open. So you can see how this tab was closed. We need to open this tab in order for it to be ready to be inserted into the various pockets or the holes in the pieces. So we want to make sure all of these tabs have been pushed up so that we can go into the next phase of the process. So what I'm going to do, take a moment, I'm going to open up all the tabs, and then we'll come back and actually put the parts, begin to put the parts together. Okay, now that we have all of our parts laid out and all the fasteners have been opened, as you can see right here, I went through and I opened all the fasteners so they're ready to go into the assembly process. So the next step is I like to take one of the panels, and it really doesn't make a difference whether it's the left panel or the right panel, but I like to take one of the panels and lay it flat on a table, on a workspace like this. And again, it's really important that you protect your workspace. This is a painted product. It's very easy for it to be, scuffed if it's not on a protected workspace. So I want to make sure you've got some type of, foam or a blanket or some type of protective material down in the space when you're working. So, all right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the bottom of the stick rack. And what we're going to do, this is the bottom piece. Again, you can see the fasteners are open. We're going to take this piece and we're going to drop it into these two holes right here. So we're going to go ahead and just simply drop it into those holes, just like that. We're going to make sure it's firmly, just, you could take a rubber mallet, maybe tap it on the top here a little bit or whatever, but what I typically like to do is just give it some good downward pressure to make sure you've got a nice, fairly tight seam down here. And then we're just going to finger tighten these guys down just like that. And we're going to leave it just like that. So the next part of the assembly process is to take the toe plate and we're going to go ahead and assemble that. So we'll take this side of the toe plate, we're going to insert into this particular hole right here. So we go ahead and sort of drop that into the hole. And then if you come around to the back side, you'll see that there's a hole on this portion of the toe plate and another one up top. So we want to make sure those holes align with these fasteners. And then you just sort of go ahead and work its way in, and it's going to drop right into those holes, just like that. So now that you've got that in, you want to kind of hold it together with your fingers like I'm doing here. And again, just go ahead and finger tighten this down a little bit up top, and then go to the bottom and go ahead and finger tighten that in as well. And then if you swing back around here to the front side, you can see I've got a fastener down here at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and finger tighten that one down as well. All right, the next step is to insert the back panels. There's two back panels that are going to go in next, and really it makes no difference which one you choose. They're both the same. So you could choose, there's not a top and a bottom. Either one is going to work in this process. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this piece. Again, we want the fasteners themselves not to be visible. So we always want to make sure the fasteners are, sort of towards the back side of the stick rack, so the customer or the owner doesn't see any of that stuff. So again, we go ahead, drop it into those holes. I apply some downward pressure, and then we're going to go ahead and just finger tighten that one a little bit. And then finally the top one, again, we're going to go through the same process. We're going to drop it right down into these holes, just like that. A little downward pressure, and go ahead and tighten. There we go. Okay. The final step in this process, and if you want, you certainly can get someone to help you, but what you need to do next is take the other side panel, and you're going to lay it up on top, just like this. We're going to lay it right up on top of the unit. Now I'm going to come around to that side, and we're going to start in the bottom, and we're just going to make some adjustments so that we can get the holes where they need to be. So we've got one there, we've got one here. Now we're going to kind of move our way up here a little bit. We'll go ahead and align these holes. There you go, you see it drops into place. And then finally, let's do the top ones. Again, go ahead, get those in place. And we're going to drop the top ones in as well. Excellent. Then we're going to finger tighten, little downward pressure. Go ahead and finger tighten these. Move down to the next one. We're going to finger tighten those. Move down to the bottom here. And we're going to go ahead and finger tighten these as well. So we got that done. Let me get one more that's on the inside here. I'll go ahead and tighten that one as well. Now that we have all of the fasteners in, we've got things finger tightened. What we're going to do next is we're going to take our hammer and we're going to go ahead and tap the rest of these closed all the way, because the unit is all put together at this stage. So we just need to go ahead and close these all the way, and I'm going to use a small hammer to do that. So I've got my hammer. Again, I want to go through the fact that I've got it wrapped with tape. I went ahead and wrapped it with tape because I don't need to, in some way, shape, or form slip and somehow mar this paint. So We wrap it in tape just to protect it. What we're going to do is we're going to start on the back side. See how I start on the back side of the fastener, and then I'm just going to tap and sort of work its way around. Just like that, and it's closed and it's locked. Again, start on the back side, work your way around, and it's closed. So we're going to go ahead and do that on all of the fasteners, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the final step to assemble the stick rack. Okay, so the final step in the assembly process is to go ahead and install the adjustable feet. So what we're going to do, your stick rack comes with 4 T-nuts, which are these items right here, and it comes with 4 adjustable feet. So we're going to take the T-nut and go ahead, and all units come with pre-cut holes. You can see the holes here in the bottom are all pre-cut to accept these T-nuts. So we're going to take and insert the T-nut into the pocket, push it in with our finger, and then go ahead and take a hammer, tap it in. Once that's tapped in, you can grab one of the adjustable feet, and you're simply going to screw the foot into the T-nut. And go ahead and screw it all the way in, just like that. So let's try one more so you can see what I'm doing. Again, we're going to take the T-nut, insert it into the pocket, into the hole, take your hammer, tap it in, grab one of the feet, and we're going to go ahead and screw that foot right in. There we go. Now I'll rotate it around, do the other 2, and then we'll set it up on the floor so you get a chance to see what it looks like as a finished unit. So now you can take a look at the final product. We've got this fully assembled. This is set to go and ready to be used in your home or in your locker room or wherever you'd like to use it. So if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to contact us at info@sportlockrz.com. That's info@sportlockrz, LOCKRZ.com. Or you can certainly call us at 1-855-742-4332.